Wait, before this video starts, I have a challenge for you. Try not to laugh. Sounds easy, right? Well, most people fail this challenge in less than 30 seconds. And after watching these dogs, you probably will too. Dogs are known as man's best friend. They are loyal. They are loving. But sometimes they are also incredibly ridiculous. And that's exactly why the internet loves them. Some dogs are smart. Some dogs are brave. And some dogs are just pure chaos. For example, have you ever seen a dog suddenly start running around the house for no reason? 1 second the dog is sleeping peacefully, not moving, not making a sound. And then suddenly, boom, the dog jumps up and starts running like a rocket across the room, onto the couch, back to the door, sliding across the floor like it's an action movie. Dog experts actually have a name for this. They call it the zoomies. And almost every dog gets them. It's like all their energy suddenly explodes at the same time. But zoomies are not the only funny thing dogs do. Sometimes dogs get confused by the simplest things, like mirrors. Many dogs see their reflection and think they just discovered another dog, a very suspicious dog, a dog that copies every move perfectly. They bark, they tilt their head, they step closer to investigate. And when they move, the other dog moves too, which makes the situation even more confusing. Another classic dog moment happens when dogs discover their own tail. You would think a dog understands that the tail is part of their body, but some dogs clearly did not get that information. They see their tail move, and suddenly the mission begins. They spin in circles, faster and faster, trying to catch the mysterious moving object behind them. But somehow, the tail always escapes. And from the dog's perspective, this must be the greatest mystery in the universe. Dogs can also be extremely dramatic, especially when it comes to bath time. The moment a dog hears the word bath, everything changes. The happy dog disappears. Suddenly they look sad, very sad. Some dogs slowly walk away like they just heard terrible news. Others lie down on the floor and refuse to move, not one step, not even 1 inch. But the moment you say the word treat, something magical happens. The same dog that couldn't move 2 seconds ago suddenly runs at full speed. It's one of the fastest recoveries you will ever see. Dogs also have a very special talent: stealing food. Some dogs have turned this into a professional skill. First, they pretend to be innocent. They sit quietly. They look away from the table. They act like they are not interested at all. But the moment you look away for 1 second, their secret plan begins. Slowly, step by step, they move closer to the food, watching carefully, waiting for the perfect moment. And then suddenly, they grab the food and run away like their life depends on it. And after the crime, they try to look innocent again. They sit quietly, looking confused, like they have absolutely no idea what happened to that sandwich. But one of the funniest things about dogs is how they react to certain words, especially 3 magical words: walk, food, and treat. You can whisper these words quietly across the room, and somehow your dog will still hear it. Their ears go up instantly, their eyes lock onto you, and their tail starts wagging like a helicopter. A dog that was sleeping 2 seconds ago suddenly becomes the most energetic creature in the house. Dogs may not always make sense. Sometimes they are dramatic, sometimes they are chaotic, and sometimes they're just unbelievably weird. But that's exactly why we love them, because dogs have a special talent. They make people laugh, they make people smile, and somehow they turn ordinary moments into unforgettable ones. So if you laughed at least once during this video, congratulations, you failed the challenge. But honestly, when it comes to funny dogs, failing the challenge is the best possible outcome. Dog face. But the funny thing is, dogs don't even try to be funny. They're not thinking about making people laugh. They're just being themselves. And somehow, that makes everything 10 times more hilarious. Sometimes dogs get scared of the strangest things. Not loud noises, not big animals, but completely normal objects, like a vacuum cleaner, or a plastic bag, or sometimes even a cucumber. Yes, the cucumber. Some dogs see a cucumber on the floor and react like they just discovered an alien. They jump. They run away. They bark at it like it's the most dangerous thing on earth. And everyone watching can't stop laughing. Dogs also have a very interesting relationship with water. Some dogs absolutely love it. They see a lake or a pool and jump in immediately, splashing everywhere, running around like they just discovered the best playground in the world. But other dogs completely disagree. The moment they see water, they stop, they look at it carefully, like they are trying to understand if it's safe. And sometimes they decide the safest option is simply not touching it at all. Another funny thing dogs do is when they hear unusual sounds. Dogs have incredible hearing. They can hear things humans can't even notice. A tiny noise outside, a distant car door, or a strange sound from another room. The moment they hear something unusual, their ears go up instantly. Their head slowly tilts aside, and they stare into the distance like detectives trying to solve a mystery. Sometimes they even start barking at absolutely nothing, which leaves everyone in the room wondering, what exactly did the dog just hear? And then there are those moments when dogs suddenly decide to be extremely helpful. Sometimes a dog sees their owner doing something and decides they should help. For example, when someone is cleaning the house, instead of staying out of the way, the dog walks right into the middle of everything, standing exactly where the person is trying to clean, looking very proud of themselves, like they just did an important job. Dogs also love carrying random things around the house. A sock, a shoe, a toy. Sometimes they proudly walk through the room, holding something in their mouth, like they just won a championship. Tail wagging, head held high, like they want everyone to admire their treasure. And honestly, those little moments are what make dogs so special. They turn simple, everyday situations into something funny, something memorable, something that makes people smile. Because, at the end of the day, dogs don't care about views. They don't care about the internet. They don't care about going viral. They just live their lives. And somehow, that creates the funniest moments we could ever watch. So, if you laugh during this video, even just once, then the dogs have already done their job. They made your day a little better. And that's exactly why people around the world love dogs so much. Because life with dogs is never boring. It's unpredictable. It's chaotic. And most importantly, it's always full of laughter.